Okay, this is the second mock, and it's question 3. And here I've got a graph, lovely. So, read the information. During the last 150 years, human population of the world has been increasing at an alarming rate. The graph below shows the human population growth curve. Oh, I've not looked at a human one before, but anyway. So we've got the population number in billions at the side, and we've chosen to do a millennium's worth from 1000, just before the Battle of Hastings, up to the turn of the millennium. And so we've got fairly steady, so we think population curves, lag, log. We've then got this exponential phase, and you would think possibly if this was a normal population curve that then it would wibble around perhaps, then if, or the other one's the one that does that. So use the figures in the graph to calculate percentage increase. Ooh, and we love a percentage increase. So percentage increase is the change over what it's from times by 100. Okay, so we need to do 1600 to 1800 and 1800 to 2000. So 1600 to 1800. Ruler's always handy here. Most of you did this. 1600, 1800, 1, yeah. So we've got 10 squares equals a billion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 0.5. So change 1 billion minus 0.5 over what it's changed from. This first one was 0.5 times 100 equals 0.5 over 0.5 is 1. 1 times 100. Don't even need my calculator. 100%. And then we've got 1800 to 2000 equals, so 2000's over here, 6.8. 6.8 minus what it's changed from, which is 1 over what it's changed from is 1. This is going to be another really easy calculation. So that's 5.8 times 100. Start bouncing my decimals. 580%. Okay. And I think other acceptable answers would have been, you know, it's gone up by 100. It's gone up by 0.5 billion, half a billion, or it's gone up by 5.8 billion. Although that seems a bit easy. Okay, name the phases of the human population growth between years 1000 to 1800. That's the lag. Not much increase, and then it goes exponential. And that's so easy, you needed 2 marks. Do be careful with the spelling of exponent. You see, I haven't been careful with the spelling exponential. I had a lot of expotential in the exam. State 2 factors which have led to such an enormous increase in the size of human population. And most of you managed to sort of, you know, come up with 2 reasons. So we've got improved medical care or disease treatment, vaccines perhaps. And other reasons for populations to explode like that: more food availability, state 2 factors which could slow down the rate of increase. And again, we're talking about human populations, so it could be the opposite, the lack of food. It could be a new disease that's not treatable. Quite a lot of the developing world now, the population increase is slowing down because of birth control. And of course, if you looked at this in detail, there'd be a big dip in sort of 1914 to 18 and also 1935, 1939 to 45 because of the big world wars. I don't like war, I'm not going to put that down. Compare. Ooh. Now, so I need to say something about each. Because otherwise I'm not going to get the comparison marks. I'm doing the human population with the bacterial population. So bacteria do this, don't they? They go lag, exponential, stationary, death. So I'm going to use my comparative terms. So compare, I'm going to use terms like both, only, and. So both curves have lag and exponential. Phases. But ours has kind of stopped there, hasn't it? So the human curve has not reached the stationary phase or carrying capacity. But a bacterial curve would. The bacterial curve would have a death phase human one hasn't. Yeah, I've used another comparison word there, but there we go. Oh, serial dilution, lovely. One method of estimating the numbers of bacteria present in a sample is by serial dilution. The diagram represents the stages used to assess the numbers of bacteria. So here's my original sample. I've taken out 0.1, okay, that's different, and I put it into 9.9, so my dilution is 0.1 over 9.9, no, over 10, 0.1 over 10. So I add 0.1 to 9.9, I get 10. Let's get my calculator and I'll go at that. 0.1 divided by 10 equals 0.01. So that's 1, 2, so it's 1 in 100. And then doing the same again, 0.1 in, so that's another 1 in 100. 1 in 100 times 1 in 100. So that's 1 over 100, 2 more zeros. Let me just put my comma in there. And we've got, then we take out 1 centimetre cubed of that 1 in 10,000 dilution, and we get 234 colonies. And no shocker, I'm going to have to calculate the number of bacteria, and I want it per centimetre cubed. So that's handy because I've got 1 centimetre cubed and I've got 234 bacteria, and they've been diluted by 1 in 10,000, so they've been diluted 10,000 times, which equals 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, count back. So that's 1,000, that's a million. I'm just going to change that into millions. I'm going to put 2.34 million. I think you'd be okay if you left it like that.